And the final. Let's see. I thought that was interesting that Wemby only had 12 points on the night, but that's
Wemby's
fine.
been doing that all year where he come off the bench.
Yeah,
He starts, plays 20 minutes.
Non-issue.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
Does not matter.
The Nets, he knows he doesn't have to chase his shot this game. He can let the
Just
other
let the
guys
offense work for you.
He said it's fine. Sorry to your fantasy leagues or fantasy teams, but
Yeah,
not
if you
today.
had the over on the Wemby points,
It's a wrap for you.
a little disappointed, but he'll get you back next time.
Sixers, you still feel a way about.
Oh, yes. I think they are a huge problem for the East. The more Embiid gets his legs under him, the better condition he gets in. I just think their team is really well built.
Yeah.
I think the pieces fit together. I think they have all of the weapons you need to beat people. Speed, playmaking, shooting. They got two go-to guys, two closers, one in the post, one on the perimeter. I think their wing defenders are excellent, versatile defenders that can make shots and have great athleticism. So, you know, again, you can add Paul George to this mix, and you don't need him to be old Paul George. You just need him to be a good player. I think if you look at the whole East and you just went talent for talent, position by position, there's no team more talented than these guys.
Completely agree. I think injury is the only question for Philadelphia.
Yep.
And I remember you mentioned the Phoenix Suns in their previous big three and why it didn't work. I think because the pieces didn't complement each other.
Right.
Whereas with Maxey, Embiid, and Paul George, these guys are perfect complements for one another. You know, you got Paul, he could play up in position to guard fours. Obviously, he's been one of the greatest wing defenders we've ever seen in the NBA. And then he brings ball handling as well as shooting and just an incredible amount of versatility to where he can just sort of plug and play wherever the Sixers need him on a given night and a given matchup. And Maxey has made himself into a bona fide all-star. There's no doubt about it. He's a star.
A star.
In this league. He can carry the Sixers in stretches when Joel might not have it. And so, yeah, on a talent basis, Philadelphia is as dangerous as anybody in the Eastern Conference.
Don't forget, too, one other thing.
Yeah.
The head coach is a champion.
Period.
Nick Nurse has coached himself to a championship. He does not get sick at sea. He knows how to put those pieces in place. So you put all of that together.
It's a dangerous combination.
Yes, it is.
You talk about the combos, right? The 1-2 punch of Edgecombe and Maxey has been spectacular to watch, even during All-Star Weekend. Maxey just showing up to support Edgecombe.
We was watching it.
In the Rising Stars game was phenomenal. We see how they play off of each other, too. We see how Edgecombe is learning off of Maxey as well. And another note on Maxey, just when you think you couldn't root for him more, he wasn't more likable, his one concern is where's mom and grandma and my sister? Come on now.
Wholesome.
We love that. Wholesome. The content we needed, and we didn't even know it. Tyrese Maxey, we're rooting for you.
Love it.
I love that.
Love
no,
him.
it's great. It's great stuff. How far do we think, going back to the Spurs, do we think that they can take this streak that they're on?
I mean, they're phenomenal. Like, they're so
Look at the next five. Knicks, Philly, Detroit.
They can go 5-0. They can lose a couple of them. I mean,
Which ones?
I think Philly is going to be the one I'm watching.
Have Clippers, Houston.
They'll be up for that Knicks game.
I think Houston. I think they'll be fine. Clippers and Houston. I actually think they're a really bad matchup for New York because they could put so much pressure on Brunson off the bounce, and that's their best player. They could put so much pressure on Cat off the bounce. You know, the Detroit game, who knows it, but you saw what they did to Detroit recently. You know, and it's going to be, can Detroit keep non-shooters on the floor, you know, and keep up with the scoring with those guys? So, you know, they can go 5-0.
To me, the only thing that gets in the way is probably just a bad shooting night.
Sure.
In terms of shooting luck, which happens. It's the NBA make-a-miss league type of thing. But I know they'll be up for the Knicks because the last time they played them, I believe, was at the NBA Cup where the Knicks did.
Oh, yeah.
And they're beating them. So there'll be some motivation to get some get back against the Knicks because this is a very competitive bunch.
That feels like a year ago.
I know. So long ago. December.
That sounds like a whole millennium.
That was a whole other lifetime ago. What are we talking about?
But Philly at home, I think Philly's going to be at home. I think that'll be a very tough matchup, especially if Joel plays. He'll be up for a matchup against Wemby.
Yeah. Okay, let's bring out Caesar. We've got some more highlights on the way for you.
Hey, man, you working today? You got a fiance? You still working for us?
He's planning a wedding, okay? He's multitasking.
That's true.
No, he's been coming out here. Y'all just haven't seen him. We got to give my boy more airtime. That's what that means.
Yeah.
All right, let's recap Rockets. Okay, so you've got Braun, Bosch, and Wade, Kareem, Magic, and Worthy, me, Waz, and Fizz, of course. So in the spirit of iconic trifectas, if we will, we are rolling out the very first edition of the Association Big Three.
I like it.
So, Coach, we thought it's only right to spotlight some coaches, but not just any coaches. We're taking a look at 3 coaches 40 or under who have really, elder millennials, if you will, who have really made their mark this season.
Yeah.
And let's start in San Antonio with Mitch Johnson.
We were just talking about this guy, right? Like, what a spectacular job this guy is doing with this team. Like, you're talking about a highly talented basketball team that I don't know if anybody was talking about them contending this year. They were like, oh, the Spurs is going to take a big jump. They'll be good. These guys are legitimate contenders, and it really starts with Coach Johnson. I think the Spurs knew exactly what they were doing when Pop stepped down and handed it over. I saw this happen with Spo. You know, when you got a guy like that who I think is, you know, a basketball genius, you want to facilitate that and grow it, and he's just stepped into this role and led this team in a major way.
Leading a really gritty team, top 5 in rankings in defense. I mean, just crushing it on every side. It's easy to focus on the Wemby of it all, of course, but like you said, in his first full season, incredible. Okay, let's move on now to our next coach. And I know you love Jordan Ott. He's also in his inaugural season for a Suns team that many thought would be subject to a huge drop-off on their heels of their offseason reshuffling, if you will, with the departures of Kevin Durant and Brad Beal. What's catching your eye about Coach Ott and Phoenix as they continue to hold their own in a stacked Western Conference, by the way?
Well, again, like the team is following the coach's identity. They don't beat themselves. Like, he has really instilled in them how to play solid, tough basketball, and I really do think they did a great job of going away from what their big 3, right? Which I don't think fit. I coached them, it didn't work out, and now building a more balanced roster with all tough, solid, smart basketball players. And you talk about acquisitions of a team and how you build it. Coach Ott is as big an acquisition as any player that they brought in, because offensively and defensively, they're a problem. They play good basketball. They share the game. And they, you know, Dylan the villain is competing defensively, and they all follow his lead.
That's such a great point, because we don't often talk about team acquisitions in terms of the coaching, and all of it has to fit together, and starting with that spot, as you very well know, Coach. And of course, at just 37 years old, the jiu-jitsu master, Joe Mazzulla, holds the highest ever win percentage for a head coach with at least 100 games under his belt. He's led a top 3 offense up to this point and has fans really believing that Boston can contend out of the East. How has Joe Mazzulla continued to really raise the ceiling of the Celtics, even in the absence here of Jason Tatum?
I actually think not having Tatum got him more up for this. Like, this dude, since the day I met him when he was a young college coach, you just knew with him, he had this fire and this knowledge and this thirst for competing that you just don't get from guys every day. And, you know, he stepped into a tough situation when he took over, and they went to the finals, and he coached the finals that year. And now he's won a finals. All of that experience tied up in that brain of his. He is, like, again, I say basketball genius, a brilliant teacher of the game, his system, the way he manipulates the games and tries to take advantage of different rules. Like, you remember the one game where he had his coaches screaming up, and it was like, you know, like all of those little areas where he's trying to win really impresses me. And for him to be 37 years old and already has done what he's done, like, you know, I really look forward to seeing, you know, what he's going to do in the future.
The more you say, the more the jiu-jitsu makes sense. The strategy, I mean, I'm just saying it all blends together.
I'm an MMA guy too. I love watching MMA. Like,
I'm picturing him on the mat with his gi on, just like, you know, I covered MMA, Coach.
He hunts for weaknesses on your team as good as anybody. You don't know how to box? Let's box. Okay. You want to go to the mat?
You want to grapple? Let's grapple.
Yeah, like he brings it. And so, like, all of these guys, you know, just really, really impressed with their presence, their leadership, and the way that their team has followed their identity. You know, just really 3 big-time impressive coaches. But there's one other one we got to talk about.
I know there's always an honorable mention, Coach. Hit me.
Now, it's not fair right now to put him in this category, but he's the best coach you don't know. His name is Will Hardy. He's the head coach of the Utah Jazz. I got to work with this guy for a year. Now, right now, 30-something. What is he, guys? Give me I mean, he looks 10.
36.
Like, you know, 36 years old. You know, and so
38.
I got to be around this guy. I learned so much from Will Hardy about basketball that I didn't know. Like,
that's a huge compliment,
No,
Coach.
seriously, like, this guy is ultra talented, ultra smart. He's an incredible leader, great motivator. Like, he always has the pulse of his team. You know, some of his film sessions, I sat in on him, and it was just amazing. Like, the way he could keep his team, like, engaged and light and still competing, while obviously they're chasing picks. And so, again, America may not know this guy yet, but when the Jazz unveils their team and starts going after wins and starts going after playoffs, you will know the name Will Hardy, and you will be stealing his plays.
Fizz puts you on game, as he always does. Waz, your thoughts on the iteration of the association?